Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is Christian here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I have another review, and I have another review on a Sephora Favorites kit. Today we're going to be talking about the Sephora Favorites Prime Set and Go kit. I've done quite a few reviews on the Sephora Favorites set. I think I've done 3 or 4 of them at this point. If you are interested in any of the Sephora Favorites kits, they will be linked down below in my Holiday 2017 playlist. Before I get into the video, I just want to say that if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribing to my channel just ensures that you miss none of my future videos. I have a lot of videos planned, a lot of holiday reviews planned, and I have a couple more Sephora Favorites kits coming your way. And I am going to be talking about some of the skincare kits as well, because those are some of my actual favorites. But I wanted to get these out first because I figured people would be more interested in the makeup than the skincare. But the skincare ones are coming, and hopefully they'll release some more because I love Sephora Favorite Kits. Sephora Favorite Kits, they're some of my favorite things that get released during holiday time. And if you're not new to my channel, welcome back. If you want to see my thoughts and opinions on this guy, then you're going to want to go ahead and just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I have not even opened this yet. This is the Sephora Favorites Prime Set and Go. It does retail for $42 US, and they state that it is $124 value. So at first, I'm going to be honest, I was not going to pick up this kit because I own the majority of these products in full size. But because I own the majority of these products in full size, and I have played with every single product in here, and I have tested them out and used them, whether I have them currently or in the past, I feel like I can give a good review and opinion on this particular set and let you know my thoughts and opinions and whether or not I do think it is worth the $42. So before we get in, this is what the front of the packaging looks like. On the back, it just has all of the products that are in the actual kit and all of the different ingredients that do come in this kit. And then it says Prime Set and Go. Create a flawless face while also making your makeup last with these 8 priming and setting powders, mists, and liquids. So let me go ahead and open it up because like I mentioned, I have not even opened this yet. So like all of the other kits, it flips open. This is what the inside of the packaging looks like. The one thing that I will go ahead and say that I don't like about this, and it's not really I don't like, my favorite thing about Sephora Favorites kits is the fact that in the majority of them you tend to get full-size products. All of this is a sample set, so this is basically spend the $42, fall in love with these products, and then go spend a ridiculous amount of money buying the full sizes. So it's kind of taking you down a little bit of a rabbit hole. It's a good way to test out a lot of products for, you know, not a lot of money. I mean, $42 is a lot of money, but for example, the full size of this Hourglass primer is $75. But if you love it, be ready to commit to $75 on a full-size product. So this is more of like a sampler set. It's a way for you to find your favorite primers or maybe even a favorite powder. So, and most of this stuff I would say that you could probably use for a solid month at least, depending on how heavy you are with your application of products. Be prepared to fall in love with some products and then kind of have the urge to go out and buy the full size. With that being said though, I like almost every single product in here. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to get is this little nugget. This is the new primer from the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection. It comes with 0.16 fluid ounces of product. And here is the full size, which retails for $32, and it is 1.35 fluid ounces of product. So you can kind of get a comparison. Depending on how oily you are, you could probably get 5 to 10 uses out of this guy. I do have a full review of the Too Faced Peaches and Cream collection here on my channel, which I will link down below. But I actually do like this primer. I've used it about 5 or 6 times since I actually did that initial review video on the Too Faced products. And what I like about it is mattifying. Now, I don't know if you're extremely oily, how mattifying and how oil controlling it would be. But if you are more combination, I think it would be really good, especially if you just want to center it in your T-zone. It did not overly dry out my skin. It did not give me that tight sensation, that really uncomfortable tight sensation that just kind of makes your skin just feel so uncomfortable. It did not do that. I do have more dry skin, but I do get oily in my T-zone. So, and then another thing is it is super cooling to touch. Like whenever you apply it, it just feels so soothing and so nice on the skin. I do like that primer. Is it one of my holy grail end all be all primers? No. Do I think that you would get a good enough use out of this little guy, this little nugget, to determine whether or not you wanted to purchase the full size? Yes. So typically speaking, you can get away with the pea-size amount. Center it right here, your nose, your chin, and in your forehead. So combination skin, I definitely think you can really decide if you like this product before purchasing the full size, even though it's a little, it's a little small. Let's be honest, let's be real. This is kind of tiny. It does claim to blur, smooth, and brighten the complexion. I do have primers that I feel do a better job of blurring out pores, but I do think it's nice. I do think makeup lays really nicely on top of it. And it's not a product that I would personally recommend and go rush out and buy in a full size. You won't regret it, but I do think it's good. So if you had the urge for it and you wanted to test it out, this kit would be a good way to do so before you dropped the $32 on the full size. The next thing in the kit that I wanted to talk about is the Smashbox Primer Water. Now, if you've been around on my channel for any length of time, you know that I love the Smashbox Primer Water. I have 2 of these guys right here. You can purchase this size separately for $16. This comes with 1 ounce of product. Or you can purchase the full size, and I love this stuff, like so much so that you see I have 2 full sizes and I have a couple more floating around. Now the full size does retail for $32 and it comes with 3.9 ounces of product, whereas like I mentioned, this you can purchase for $16 and it comes with 1 ounce of product. So this is one of my holy grail staple products. I use this every single day in my makeup routine. I love this. It says this water infused with electrolytes to prime by misting to create our sheers canvas for makeup, hydrate skin for hours, revitalize complexion to boost radiance. So I definitely do agree with that. I notice that when I spray this on my face, it kind of just makes me feel super hydrated. It kind of just brings my makeup back to life a little bit. When this first came out, I kind of thought that it was just like a full-on gimmick, like water, really? A primer water? Come on now. 2 of the main ingredients in here is glycol and caffeine. So what glycol is, it's something that's going to hydrate your skin and kind of refresh your skin, whereas caffeine is going to be something that's going to kind of wake up ready to go. I love this stuff. It is glorified water, but it's glorified water with a purpose. So I just noticed that this is not a primer that I would use on its own. So let me kind of just put that out there really quickly. It is a primer that I would use in conjunction with something else. So I would spray this as a first step before I went in with my pore filling primer or my hydrating primer, whatever I'm using that day, whatever my skin needs. But like I mentioned, it just kind of, the makeup just applies so nicely. Anytime I don't use this, I notice that my makeup does not apply as smoothly. It does not look as even on my skin. My face does not feel as hydrated. It does not look as plump. So the fact that this kit had that product in there was a definite plus for me. Another holy grail product, and this is a holy grail product that the whole world uses and loves and swears by. So it does come with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and it comes with 0.33 ounces of product, and this is something else that you can purchase in Sephora's travel size section. And if you were to purchase this little guy by itself, it does retail for $23. Or if you wanted the Big Daddy, which is 1 ounce of product, for $38. So this has had a cult classic for like a cult following for years, especially on YouTube. It is good for baking, it is good for setting the under eyes, and it's exceptionally great for people with more dry skin or combination skin. I do know that when my skin is a little bit on the drier side, it is a little bit too drying for my particular skin type, but when I'm a little bit on the more oily side, it works beautifully. It does not cause flashback. Now, one of the great things about it is Laura Mercier recently released a deep for people of course, deeper skin tones. This is the original translucent. It's not the one that comes in deep. So it is just a velvety smooth. It is one of those types of powders that just blurs everything out, and it just makes you look porcelain, and it just makes you look beautiful. This big size right here will last me 4 months easily without problem. So I know you could get a couple of months use out of this because you don't need a lot of powder. I mean, powder is one of those things that a lot of times, again, depending on your skin type, but where you take a more less is more approach, especially for somebody like me who has drier skin, I really only focus powder on places where I really need it, which is pretty much in my T-zone and around my smile lines. I can get away with not putting powder on my entire face. I don't bake underneath the eyes, but if you do bake underneath the eyes, this powder is flawless. So the and I didn't even realize, it comes with a little baby puff as well. The puff is bigger than the actual container. Yeah, so the puff won't fit, and it's a good quality puff as well. So the fact that it comes with a Laura Mercier product, A+ for me as well. The next product that you get in the kit is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, and you get 1 ounce of product. I also have the full size of this. The full size retails for $31, and it comes with 4 ounces of product. Now, this product I actually personally do like, but there are a lot of people out there who don't like it. Now, if you have oily skin, no, I don't think that this is going to be a good setting spray for you. at all. I've heard that they have a really great mattifying primer for the same, a mattifying setting spray for the same price, but unfortunately that guy is not in this kit. Now, why people don't like it is because I've definitely heard that, and I'm kind of spraying it right now to see if it happens, that it does have little specks of glitter, like micro glitter, that if you spray it on your face and you walk into direct sunlight, you can kind of see that glitter. And because I sprayed super close to my skin, you definitely can kind of see the glitter particles on the skin. But what I will say, I don't too often have that issue. It's actually the setting spray that I'm wearing right now. I really shake it up super well, and I hold it a good distance away from my face. I feel like it just makes me look healthy. I feel like it makes me look glowy. I feel like it brings my dry skin back to life. But if the specks of glitter are something that you're going to be a little bit worried about, or if you're the type of person who likes to just get their setting spray and go, or if you spray it super close to your face, this is not going to be something I will recommend, because if you don't shake it up really well and you don't spray it a good distance, those glitter particles will show up on the skin. With that being said, this is one of the absolute, and I'm kind of sad that I'm wasting it right now, one of the best mist I have ever encountered on a setting spray. And again, the mini guy comes with 1 ounce of product. Moving along, you get the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, and you get 0.2 ounces of product in this guy. If you were to purchase the full size, which is this guy right here, it retails for $36, and it comes with 1 full ounce of product. And this is the size comparison between the two. So I think, because this is another one of those products where a less is more approach is definitely better. So even though that this is kind of small and it doesn't seem like you get a ton of product in here, this is one of those products that I feel like you can easily get a couple of months of use out of this. Now, there are people who love this, there are people who hate this. So I'm one of the people who actually do like it. I actually haven't been reaching for a ton lately, because I have found it doesn't trump any of my favorite blur filling primers, but I do like it. The one thing that I will say, and I have always said about this product, is it has a learning curve. If you apply too much, it will ball up on the skin and it will not work for you. The downside to that is, another downside to that is, you don't really know how much you're applying, because it's like stick form. You can't really see it. It doesn't really show up on the skin, so you're kind of applying it like, okay, is it doing anything? The first couple of times I use this, I definitely applied too much, but once I kind of got it down to a perfect science, then it does work for me. So basically what I do when I use this, I drag it down, I drag it up, over, and back in, and that's it. And then once I do that, I just tap it in with my finger, just to kind of warm up the product and really press it into the pores. If you're not careful, you can apply, like I said, too much, or you can drag and pull on your skin. I've seen other people say that they kind of just do like a pressing motion, which works as well. And this, again, is just what it claims to be. It is a blurring primer. It is supposed to fill the pores, it's supposed to blur the fine lines, and it's supposed to give you an even, smooth canvas of product. I do like it. I do think it's a good product. I don't regret purchasing it in the full size. I do own blur filling primers that I do like more. So again, let's hear it. So here is the size comparison between the two. So the next thing I have is the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and this is kind of like, the only two in here that I'm kind of disappointed in is the Too Faced one and this one, because this one actually feels almost like empty. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of product in here at all. And this is like the size. These two are like 100-point perks at Sephora. So those two products don't personally make the kit for me. Now in this little guy you get, where is it? You get 0.2 ounces of product, and in the full size you get 1 ounce of product, and the full size retails for $38. And I do like Becca's primers, and I actually like the other one as well. Now this one I think is a little bit better. I'm glad that they put this one in here versus the other one, because the original one that they came out, the Backlight, I believe it was called, the Backlight priming one, that one was, I feel like, geared more towards people with normal skin to more dry skin. This one I feel like can work for all skin types, and whether you have oily, dry, or a combination. This primer is set to work a little bit more for a dryness, dullness, and an uneven skin texture. So as you can see, it definitely does come out purple on the skin, but once it's blended out, it is completely clear on the skin. And I don't know if you guys can kind of see that a little bit. Let me do it again. It gave a nice, healthy, almost like glow It's not tacky, it's not sticky, it absorbs evenly into the skin. Makeup applies beautifully over top. Like I mentioned, all skin types can wear this. Wish it was a little bit of a better sized product because that is a little bit on the smaller size. Now, one of the most expensive things if you were to purchase full size. You can purchase this size as well in like the little Sephora Travel Go section. If you purchase this guy right here, this will run you $19. The full size will run you $75. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. And again, I do not have this in the full size, but I have tried this before. This is geared towards somebody with more oily skin. If you have more dry skin, they have a number 28 serum primer. That is fantastic for dry skin, but also super expensive. This one, again, is an oily girl's best friend. There are a lot of people with oily skin who say that this guy is their holy grail. Now, this is another one of those primers, again, that I have tried, and I purchased it in this size right here because ain't nobody got time to spend $75 on a primer. This is what it looks like, and it almost, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it almost dries to more of a powdery-like finish. Like, as you rub it into the skin, you can feel it dry down, and it would give you the feel of like if you were applying a powder on your skin, which is why it's not the best for someone with dry skin. However, if you do have a more oily T-zone and you want to center it in your T-zone the way that you would the Too Faced primer, then you could definitely do that. However, that dries down a little bit more powdery, and it's definitely geared for somebody with severely oily skin, more as this guy would be. So keep that in mind. Definitely keep that in mind when you are using this product. And it is a beautiful, beautiful primer. It is one of the best primers on the market for somebody with oily skin. It will smooth out everything. It will just be a perfect, flawless base for your makeup. So it's a good primer. Like, I would never drop the $75 on it because I don't have oily enough skin to justify this. But it is something that I'm glad I have, especially now that I'm producing a lot more oil. I can kind of put it in my T-zone a little bit, and it would be great. And the last product, and I have toyed with purchasing this in the full size so many times and never have. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. It does come with 1 ounce of product, and you also can purchase this size from Sephora as well. And if you purchase this size, it retails, I'm sorry, for $12 if you were to purchase this size, like on Sephora.com or in, you know, the Travel to Go section. If you were to purchase the full size, it comes with 2.5 ounces of product, and it retails for $25. So out of everything in this collection, this, if you were to purchase full size, is actually one of the more affordable products. And I really just like the way this smells. That has more of anything to do, because I've had a couple of these, I think I've owned 2 of these sample sizes in the past that I've gotten in previous kits. It's not wanting to cooperate. I'm going to show you the mist. Come on, cooperate. Alright, looks like I'll be exchanging mine because my mist is broken. Well, that's unfortunate. So mine does not work. I've been sitting here spraying for like eternity. I'm gonna have to exchange it because the mist on this does not work. So this is basically, I don't want to get too repetitive. This basically does everything that the Smashbox Primer Water does. The makeup setting spray, it's a first step. It's a face it's a makeup rejuvenator. And it just smells amazing. That's half of the reason why I like it. If I was gonna pick one or the other, I would stick with my Smashbox Primer Water. Alright guys, so that is pretty much everything. So I wanted to break down all of the products. I wanted to compare the full size bottles to the regular size, prices and things like that. So most of these products, with the exception of, I want to say 3 of them, you can get in the sizes. You can get in the mini, like the smaller sizes, for a lesser amount if you wanted to, if you did not want to justify purchasing the full size. So if you tally all of those prices together, then the kit is definitely worth the price at hand, the $42. I do think that you are getting a good value of $42. I think that what it boils down to is, I think they cater to everybody, people with oily skin, dry skin, combination skin. So I think that it's a good curated set if you want to test out a lot of stuff. Now the people who I think would be the best suited for this product would be somebody with combination skin, normal skin, or oily skin. I feel like if you have dry skin, I would say that if you have dry skin, you can probably maybe at best use 4 of these products, and it comes with 8. So that's just something to keep in mind for my dry skin girls. Oily skin girls, the only thing I feel like would not work for you is the illuminating setting spray, but everything else in this kit you could definitely use. Normal skin, you got normal skin, you can use everything. You're one of the lucky ones, okay? So yeah. this kit does get a thumbs up from me because the value is there. It's a great way to test out a bunch of products at a more affordable price. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do wish that it maybe had 1 or 2 full-size products like a lot of their favorites kits did. But if they had, but you got to take the good with the bad, because if they had 1 full-size product or 2 full-size products, then everything else in here would have been like super tiny sample sizes. These are, like I already mentioned, are the only 2 in here that I don't really think are the best value, but it's a good way to test them out. I think that everything else in this kit is enough products for you to test out, try out, and find out if you actually really like it and actually really want to use the product. So I think it's good. I hope this video was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, because I wanted to talk about and touch base on every single one of these products. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you did enjoy this video. Please, 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 please don't forget to subscribe down below. Like I've mentioned before, I put a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of effort into these videos, and I definitely want to try to get out the absolute best content for you guys here on my channel. So just hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!